Hi everyone, it's Tuesday 27th of February 2024, preview time. I'm just going to look forward to the World Indoor Championships this week, which take part between Friday the 1st of March and Sunday the 3rd of March. Should be really good. There's morning and evening sessions each night, but I'll come on to that in a second. There's just a couple of other things I want to say. First of all, it was not horrendous, but it was pretty awful situation for everyone to be in last weekend with the cancellation of the National Cross Country Championships at Weston Park in Shropshire. The event was called off and announced about 11 o'clock-ish Friday morning, and the word got round. As a club at Tunbridge, we were about to get onto 2 bus loads to take up there. And as the team manager, it was extremely difficult, and I wasn't really sure what to do until a few of the younger runners came up and said they wanted to travel anyway. And then we did our 4 pickups and made a decision, and we did all travel to Telford, intending to do the park run on the Saturday and training and have a dinner that was already booked. Trouble is, with all these things, hotels are booked in advance and paid for in advance. You don't get refunds that late. In fact, we wouldn't have got a refund in the last month really, so it's a big risk. And interestingly, in the past I've been able to insure the trip, which probably costs 25 grand or something like that plus in total. I've been able to insure the trip for a premium of, I don't know, 250 quid, and it went up to 600 quid last year, and then refused this year for cover against weather conditions. So not surprising, really. So anyone who paid just lost their money, or they went on the trip and just made the best of it, which is what we did. And it was a really good weekend, to be honest. But yeah, I think we had 120 at our dinner instead of about 148, something like that. So what's that? We lost about 20% of the people. But this is where it came out that the National Cross Country Championships aren't just about the running results. They're just a time when so many people within clubs can get together and go as a team or squad to an event and see friends from other clubs. It means an awful lot. The organisers were in an extremely difficult position. It's really difficult to get venues these days that are suitable for everything. And I haven't said too much on social media because we're not involved in the organisation. I know how difficult it is organising events, let alone on that scale. And I think there's a lot of keyboard warriors out there that are very quick to fire off without really asking any questions or knowing the ins and outs. So really, really difficult situation for everybody. We'll see what happens going forward. They're talking about a September championships, which I've been spoken to a few people I'm not too sure about myself. Doesn't really act as the culmination of a cross-country season, and it's very, very early, so we shall see. Just quickly, another thing that caught my eye was there's a few good videos on YouTube and podcasts as usual. I'm an avid listener to the Sunday podcast, and this week they had the Wheeler brothers, Charlie and George, and that was extremely entertaining. I don't know the lads. They're doing extremely well as amateur athletes, working as well, and that was a contrast to a YouTube video I saw Elliot Giles training as a professional athlete and being injured. And our sport, it struck me, really does throw a lot of pressures at athletes at all levels, and it's not an easy ride for anyone, and worth a watch. So Elliot Giles' YouTube channel, and a listen at the Sunday podcast with the Wheeler brothers. Good entertaining stuff and a lot to learn from, especially about getting stronger through the age groups. There's also a cracking video by the Anti-Concrete Track Club about their British Indoors Championships. I really enjoyed that. Look out for that on YouTube. Plus the Adam Fogg and Callum Elson episodes about the British Championships are out and worth a watch as well. But those are a few thoughts before just going on to the World Indoor Championships. let's go through. It's all on BBC Two, looks like, so that's good. And there should be some cracking distance races, although it looks to me like Ethiopia could dominate things. Friday morning we've got the men's and women's 800 heats, and then Friday evening we've got the 1500 heats. Saturday 800 semi-finals with the men's and women's 3000 finals in the evening. Sunday we've got the 800 and the 1500 metre finals in the evening. So lots to look forward to. GB, just as a reminder, we haven't got any men's 800 metre runners going. We've got Gemma Reekie and Izzy Boffey on the women's side. In the 1500, we've got Callum Elson and Adam Fogg, with Georgia Bell and Reve Walcott-Nolan on the women's side. And in the 3000, we've got Josh Kerr's announced he will race, having broken the world indoor 2-mile record recently. And we've got Laura Muir and Hannah Nuttall on the women's side. And if you go through, and you can see all the entries on World Athletics, and you can see all their season's best and PBs, etc. Can't say too much about the men's 800. It seems absolutely wide open. That will be fascinating. Lots of people of very similar standard. The women's 800 has 5 who have run under 2 minutes this year, including Gemma Reekie, who's number 2, and Alamu from Ethiopia is the fastest at 1:57.86. On the so bear in mind that's Ethiopia. On the men's side, you've got Tefera from Ethiopia, who's perhaps the favourite, but the Americans, Hobbs Kessler, Cole Hocker, have been in good form. And anybody else could jump forward there at their best and nab a medal, I think. And then we've got the top 3 in the women's 1500, all Ethiopian, 2 at 3:55. And Georgia Bell is ranked 4th. So be interesting to see if she can close that gap. I think she's about 5 seconds off the 3rd Ethiopian, so quite a gap. She's run 4:03. And then on the 3000, this men's 3000 could be the event of the championships. It has, again, Ethiopians in Solomon Barega, who's done 7:25. We've got Wale in there. We've got Yared Nagus from the States. It's a straight final, and we've got Josh Kerr, who's in super form. So that is going to be fascinating. Can they get rid of Kerr with his speed? But although Barega's pretty quick, it will be a fascinating race. And then on the women's side, yet again, we've got an Ethiopian in Tesegay, 8:17, top in the rankings. And we've got the likes of Jess Hull, Ellie St. Pierre, well inside 8:30. And can Laura Muir get amongst the medals there? It's going to be a tall order to try and win that. So really looking forward to that. I've got a free weekend. There isn't much else going on from competitive athletics side. And with it all on BBC Two, good coverage, great racing, great atmosphere in Glasgow. Should be terrific weekend of athletics. So that's all from me. Hope you have a good week.